Paige is a very strong competitor, great field shooter, like I said, in the U.S. And so she's not going to go out without a fight.
No, I think this one is going to be a great battle. I think you're going to see some really strong archery out of both these girls.
And I don't think the last target for them is going to be the game changer. I think one of these middle range targets is going to be the one that makes the difference.
I think we're going to see a little back and forth, 1 point between and swap back and forth a little bit. But I think it will come down to the last target just because it'll be within a point.
Yeah. But I don't think it's going to be a game-changing target.
No, I don't think so. I think you're going to see a lot of yellow smashing out of these two girls.
I expect a good bunny from both of them.
Yeah.
So I think these first two targets are going to be key. And one of them gain an advantage on these first two.
That's going to be the crucial one, is really the first target.
Medal match. We saw this first target, it was an 18 versus a 17. So they came out swinging, the junior girls. So can the senior women match that?
I mean, you can't say enough about the juniors that have been shooting here. They're incredible shooters.
No, and again, a lot of them are World Cup team members. Cassidy Cox has represented the U.S. on the senior level, but chose to shoot junior for this event.
Neither one of these two are taking any extra time. They're already
Paige
into
gets
it.
that off. Solid 6 for Paige and a 5-liner. It's a 5, but on the 4 line for Toya. So Paige steps up. You see her grabbing her bow to get ready for another arrow. Deep breath.
I think Paige is going to really shoot fast and try to put some pressure on.
I agree. She's going to want to put the pressure on Toya. She isn't going to want to give her an opening. Another 6, solid. And Toya answers with a 6. She's not backing down.
I don't think either one of these girls are going to back down. I think it's going to be an absolute battle throughout this.
I agree.
And I think this is going to be one of your best matches.
Yes. Again, we see Paige drawing back first, coming into anchor. But Toya not far behind her. Gets the shot off first.
Paige is still pulling through on that release.
Nope. Smart decision she made there.
She's been having a little bit of issue with that release.
She's actually had pretty much entire equipment issues this field championship. Her arrows were breaking on the back end. She actually
I remember we were cutting them the other day with the knife.
Yeah, she was down to 3 arrows of full length, cut the rest of her arrows, and adjusted her sight marks all over again for the shorter arrows. And that
looks
I think
to
caught.
Be a 666.
I'm pretty sure that's an 18,
They're
which would
calling
give her
it
a
an
2-point. Yeah. And again, we see Rod Menzer behind Paige.
Yep.
A lot of experience and just out there with Brady.
If I was on that field, that's the guy I'd want behind me for sure.
Definitely.
Just a wealth of knowledge that he can give to Paige.
And we see Toya with a very serious look on her face heading into that second target. She knows that she can't afford to give Paige any more room. 2 points already, and so she's going to be determined to shoot an 18 on this.
Absolutely.
I'm sure. Paige is a little bit more relaxed. Her body language, you see, talking with Rod, deciding on the cut. But Toya's very focused. She knows she has a job to do, and she's not going to let up.
I think Paige is going to step up and try and drill her first arrow.
Agree.
Just before Toya.
I agree. She's going to want to put that pressure on her.
Actually, Toya's third shot went really quick. She wanted to beat Paige into the 6.
Yep. And might have fired a little fast.
I think so. Still no wind to speak of, so that won't be an issue. I don't think we're going to see any real wind issues today.
Nope.
And we didn't see any rain issues like we had in Dublin for the teams.
No, that was not fun.
That was some pretty awful weather.
Yeah. No, we had one really bad downpour on Mark Day, but it only lasted, for me, it was about 4 targets. I heard some people it was only about 2 targets. But that's really all the
We got extremely lucky, and we ended up at a tent right when it started.
Oh, I hate you.
I know you do.
I had to shoot the 2 hardest targets on the marked day in that pouring rain.
Toya
So she got her arrow off first, but Page's is a nice 6 there.
And she's a 5-liner again.
Yeah, yep, so.
And still on the left.
Toya's not happy about that. You see her looking back at her coach. See, I expect her to shoot this one pretty quick now. Usually when Toya gets angry, shots fire a little bit faster. So let's see if she can settle in.
I think Paige is just really comfortable right now.
Yeah. Ooh,
and that's a high 4.
That's a high 4. Uncharacteristic. Paige took a long time.
Good girl.
She lets that down. 58 seconds on the clock.
Still plenty of time.
So plenty of time. Again, both of these girls are used to target events with 20 seconds on the clock to shoot in a finals match. So Paige is going to draw back with 45 seconds, so more than enough time for 2 arrows. And that's another 6. So she's really putting the pressure on Toya here.
She's got plenty of time. She's got 30 seconds. Toya is not looking comfortable.
No.
She really looks uncomfortable
It's
right
very
now.
uncharacteristic in a field course to see Toya look the way she looks. Usually she looks very calm. It looks second nature to her because she grew up shooting field.
We've got 17 seconds left. Plenty of time for Paige.
That looks solid.
Just under for a 5.
So she'll be happy with that target. 17.
Great target.
So she's down 1 point through 2 targets, whereas Toya could have a 12 on that target or as high as a 14. But either way, she's not going to be happy even if it upgrades to a 14, which
it upgrades to a
13. She got one of the 2.
Paige has 4 on her, and you do not want to give Paige 4 points.
No, definitely not. Paige gets stronger as the match goes on. We always joke every time I used to shoot against her in compound, she would always finish with a 30 against me. It didn't matter how she was winning, losing the match, she always closed with a 30 against me. So she is not one you want to give any room leading into that last target.
Not at all, and it looks like she's just picking up steam.
Definitely, that's what she does. That's Paige. And her score was a little low on unmarked day, and really I attribute that to her equipment issues. She really had a lot going on, a lot she was fixing. She got it squared away by mark day, most of it, and fine-tuned it for the elimination in the semifinal match.
But I mean, that just really speaks to the level of archer that she is.
Oh, for
to
sure.
be able to battle through that.
Yeah, and she still was seated well after the first day. She wasn't in second, but she was, I believe, top 5. Now Toya gets up fast shot again for a
5-liner.
Really surprised by that. And Paige shoots a 6.
Looks like a solid upper 6.
They're calling it 5-star, so we'll have to wait.
From our seats, it looks pretty well in, but we're just looking at a TV screen.
Same thing you're seeing at home.
But Toya definitely, she jumped up on that target first. She wanted to put some pressure on.
She wanted to put that 6 down. Now we see her settle in. That shot looked a little bit better than some of her others have been.
They're calling it a 6.
So, yep.
And looks like Paige drilled another 6.
I think also has a 6. So as you see, Toya took a little bit more time. She looked more relaxed and put one right in the middle. So let's see this last arrow. She can do the same thing. Nice and relaxed. And put that in the 6 ring.
That looked like a much better shot.
I think she does. Yeah. So those last 2 shots looked much more like the characteristic Toya shot that I'm used to seeing.
Oh, very much so. She was strong and confident on those ones. The last few shots before that, she looked uncomfortable.
Yeah, and I wonder if she really was trying to rush to get things off before Paige and if that cost her.
Well, Paige is down to 30. I mean, she's got plenty of time for this last arrow.
Yeah, that's like an hour. Paige is a fast shooter. She and I were definitely some of the faster shots on the compound side when I used to shoot there compared to some of the other women. So not worried about her getting this off with 13 seconds left on the clock.
That's an age as far as Paige is concerned.
She is shaking a little, but
looks like just under.
But she'll be happy with that.
Oh, absolutely.
She'll take the 16, even though she gives a point back.
She'll give 1 point back, but I think she's going to catch that liner at the top.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. If she does get that top arrow, then she gives nothing back, and she's going to keep her lead going into that last target. And we see Toya still discussing stuff with her coach.
I mean, 6 points going into that last target
would be huge.
Monstrous.
Huge. Oh, for these 2 archers at their level.
Yeah. You can't
and it was upgraded, so they tied that target. So 52 to 46. We have a 6-point, and you see her mark card. So Paige is one of those archers that does not use a sight tape. She uses the marked numbers. She feels like she can be a little bit more precise with that.
Yeah.
And we're going to see if she dials that number correctly.
Well, the problem with the sight tape is you can get a little bit of slip,
Exactly.
especially in the rain. The marks are the marks. Sometimes they can be a little harder to read, and you can misdial a little bit.
It really
But-
comes down to personal preference.
Oh,
I think
absolutely.
what makes you feel confident, because confidence is the game in this, as we've seen. So 60 meters, uphill target.
I mean, you're looking at least a 4-meter cut on this, if not more. I mean, it's not an easy target.
No. And Toya definitely has the experience at these kind of angles from shooting the Pro Series. So she has a slight advantage here, but Paige is no slouch when it comes to field target.
And Paige is away first.
So she's got a 4.
And they're both 4s.
Toya, I don't think caught the 5, but they're calling it a 4-star, so it may. But either way, that's only a 1-point swing if she gets it. And Paige had a solid lead going into this, so Paige just needs to match Toya on this target.
You hear a lot of encouragement for Paige in the background.
Yeah. That's a 5.
Better 5 by Toya.
Paige is still pulling. She lets
Atta
down.
girl. It's almost stressful just watching this.
Oh, I tell you, I think coaching, standing behind an archer in these stressful situations is way worse than shooting the match. I get way more nervous, my heart rate pounding, where when I'm shooting, I feel in control and I know what I'm doing. So
Yeah.
I feel for Rod in the situation right now, standing behind Paige, knowing she just needs to put up some good shots.
And
that's
Paige is another 4.
But that's so
And
that's
looks
a
like another 4
4.
for Toya.
So Paige really just needs
Needs
to
a
hit
1.
paper here. Just paper wins her the match. Just nothing
Calm and
stupid.
easy. Calm and easy.
And this is where, as a trigger shooter, you don't try to over-aim. You don't try to hit a 6.
Yeah.
You just get that arrow off.
Shaking a little
Yep,
bit, but
yep, that's all she needed. Great
should have been
group.
a 4. Yep.
And if you notice,
Well done, Paige.
her arrows were actually about a 6-ring size group, just high and left.
Yep.
And Paige is your new world field champion for the women's compound. And Toya, good shooting all week. She earns the silver medal for Slovenia.
I mean, Paige really, she shot the U.S. trials really well. She put up some great numbers there.
Oh, yeah.
And she's put up good numbers all week.
Yep.
She was her characteristic not really ready for the shoot.
That's kind of Paige. Anyone who knows Paige knows that she usually shows up to tournaments a little less prepared than some of the other archers, but she is just a phenomenal archer that she can make up for it with talent. And she doesn't need her equipment to be performing perfectly to shoot well, to shoot high scores.
I almost think that's how she deals with the stress of the situation. By having to tinker and having to do stuff, it takes your mind off of
to think about. Yep.
that one thing.
Yep.
But fantastic shooting by Paige. I mean,
that was,
really uncharacteristic for Toya. Not sure what was going on there.
But what I will say is that second target, I had a feeling one of those first 2 targets was going to be the difference in the match, and it really was that second target where she looked uncomfortable, just got shots off a little quicker than usual, just didn't look quite as calm as we're used to seeing. And that second target really was the momentum swing. She was never able to make up any ground on.
Oh, you're absolutely right about that. I mean, at this level, one bad target sinks you.
Yeah. Yep. So Paige is going to be very happy with that. She has quite a few junior world titles and some team titles, but this will be I believe her first world field title. So kind of a fun fact here is the compound U.S. men's have held the world field title for I don't know how many straight years, and our women have not. And this will be the first year we don't have a man competing for gold, so we can't win the title. But yet Paige was able to bring it home for the women, so that's a great feeling.
And she brought it home in style, too.
She did, beating a great field archer in Toya Ellison.